The World Economic Forum dropped a bombshell in January 2025.
Artificial intelligence will lead to a reduction of its corporate workforce eventually over the next few years. He wrote in a memo.
The question people always ask me is AI going to cause huge unemployment?
On Wednesday, the White House announced its plan to make America the world leader in artificial intelligence.
92 million jobs will vanish globally by 2030. But here's the thing. Every technological revolution promises job displacement. The steam engine, the assembly line, the personal computer, all triggered the same apocalyptic predictions. Society adapted. New industries emerged. Workers retrained. Life went on. This time feels different, and not in the way doomsayers usually mean. Geoffrey Hinton won the Nobel Prize in 2024 for pioneering the neural networks that power modern AI. 20 years. That was his original timeline for artificial general intelligence. Now, he's revised that estimate dramatically downward, his voice carrying the weight of someone who built the very technology he's warning us about. The numbers tell a story of acceleration that defies historical precedent. ChatGPT launched in November 2022, a curiosity for early adopters and tech enthusiasts. Within 2 years, AI coding tools like Cursor became the fastest-growing SaaS company in history. $500 million in annual revenue by May 2025. At Anthropic, AI now writes 90% of the company's code. The architects of artificial intelligence are already letting their creation do most of the building. The reflexive comparison goes to the Industrial Revolution. Millions of agricultural workers watched machines replace their manual labor over the span of decades. Factory floors swallowed up displaced farmers. Service industries blossomed. Entire economic sectors materialized that would have been incomprehensible to someone working a field in 1780. The pattern seemed ironclad. Technology destroys old jobs but births new ones in their place. Dario Amodei, CEO of Anthropic, fundamentally rejects this framework. He describes what's approaching as a country of geniuses in a data center, a phrase that should make anyone pause. This isn't about replacing muscle with machine or even replacing routine cognitive tasks with software. This represents, in his assessment, the largest economic shift in human history, dwarfing even the transition from agrarian to industrial society. Anthropic's internal forecasts project that AI could handle 80 to 90% of college-educated professional tasks by the early 2030s. Amodei has called it a potential white-collar bloodbath, and the early evidence suggests he's not being hyperbolic. Here's where the comparison to previous technological disruptions completely breaks down. AI is now being deployed to improve AI itself. Each generation helps architect the next, more capable version. This creates a compounding development cycle unlike anything we've witnessed with steam engines or electricity, or even semiconductors. The adoption curve has gone vertical. 78% of organizations now use AI, up from 55% just 12 months ago. These aren't simple automation tools following pre-programmed rules. 23% of companies are already scaling autonomous agents that make independent decisions and execute actions without human oversight. Claude can now operate a computer like a human does, navigating interfaces and completing complex tasks. Oracle has deployed over 50 AI agents throughout their operations. The speed isn't just fast, it's exponential and accelerating. The Inter-American Development Bank calculates that 980 million jobs worldwide face high disruption risk within the next year. Not by 2030 or 2040, within the next 12 months. Stop and consider what that actually means. Nearly 1 billion jobs facing disruption before 2026 ends. 44% of US businesses now pay for AI tools, a near 9-fold increase from just 5% in 2023. Goldman Sachs research reveals a troubling leading indicator. Unemployment among 20 to 30-year-olds in tech-exposed occupations has climbed almost 3 percentage points since the start of 2025. These are the workers who were supposed to be the most adaptable, the most tech-savvy, the most resilient to digital disruption. McKinsey projects that by 2030, activities accounting for up to 30% of hours currently worked across the U.S. economy could be automated. That translates to an additional 12 million occupational transitions needed by 2030, layered on top of the 8.6 million that already occurred between 2019 and 2022. If you made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to bring you quality content on the market. The World Economic Forum's analysis shows 39% of existing skill sets will become outdated within 5 years. Meanwhile, 63% of employers identify skills gaps as their primary barrier to business transformation. The cruel irony? Half of all employers plan to reorient their business models specifically in response to AI capabilities. 2/3 plan to hire talent with AI skills, and 40% anticipate reducing their workforce where AI can automate tasks. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy told employees to figure out how to get more done with scrappier teams, corporate speak for doing more with fewer people. Only 1% of companies have reached what McKinsey defines as AI maturity. Yet 92% of businesses plan to increase their AI investments this year. We're in the earliest innings of adoption, and the job market is already reeling. Goldman Sachs data shows tech employment as a share of overall employment has dropped below its pre-pandemic trend for the first time in 2 decades. The first 6 months of 2025 alone, 77,999 tech jobs lost, directly attributed to AI. Not downsizing, not offshoring, automated. Nearly half of U.S. companies using ChatGPT report they've already replaced workers as a result. The specifics vary by sector, but the pattern holds. 65% of cashier jobs face automation this year, 2 million manufacturing positions forecasted to disappear, 1.5 million trucking jobs by 2030, an occupation that currently employs more Americans than any other. Wall Street banks expect to eliminate approximately 200,000 positions over the next 5 years. In healthcare, AI systems with access to essentially all of human medical knowledge may soon outdiagnose the best clinicians, delivering instant, accurate diagnostics and personalized treatment planning. The potential to save lives is extraordinary. The impact on employment for radiologists, pathologists, diagnosticians, and even surgeons could be devastating. Industry visionaries like Ilya Sutskever, former co-founder and chief scientist at OpenAI, and Ray Kurzweil, AI pioneer at Google, both publicly project that artificial general intelligence is plausible by mid-century. Kurzweil's long-standing prediction places 2045 as the arrival of what he terms the singularity, the point at which machine intelligence surpasses human capability across all domains. By 2040, nearly 75% of large U.S. companies are expected to deploy advanced AI for automating core operations. Goldman Sachs analysts forecast that by 2050, 1 in 5 jobs globally could be automated, with up to 300 million positions profoundly transformed or eliminated. Some economists, building on McKinsey research, argue that between 60% and 80% of jobs may be fundamentally altered or eliminated outright by that point. Oxford Economics estimates tens of millions of jobs lost globally by 2040 as automation fundamentally reshapes manufacturing, logistics, and retail. As this transformation builds momentum, the societal impacts threaten to be historically unprecedented. McKinsey research suggests lower-wage workers may be 14 times more likely than the highest earners to need to switch occupations due to automation. Meanwhile, advanced AI roles command median salaries above $150,000, but overwhelmingly require graduate degrees. Visionaries like Elon Musk describe a near-future world where probably none of us will have a job, contemplating the necessity of universal basic income to maintain social cohesion and basic well-being. The Gerald Huff Fund for Humanity calculates that financing even a modest UBI would require new taxes on AI-driven profits and could consume 34% of the federal budget. Advocates argue AI-fueled productivity gains could make this fiscally feasible by the mid-2040s. Supporters like Andrew Ng, co-founder of deeplearning.ai and Coursera, envision AI as a democratizing force, delivering education and mental health resources globally, provided policy frameworks keep pace with technological capability. The comforting assumption that AI will simply create new jobs to replace displaced ones is increasingly challenged by leading labor economists and mounting evidence. JP Morgan analysts, including senior economist Murat Tashi, note that job growth outside select tech roles has been anemic, especially in white-collar fields facing automation pressure. Even for college graduates, historically the most resilient demographic during technological transitions, the first wave of mass layoffs has made re-employment significantly more difficult. The Tony Blair Institute for Global Change finds that emerging roles often demand advanced technical or creative skills and substantial retraining that remains inaccessible to most displaced workers. This creates prolonged unemployment and accelerating inequality. McKinsey's 2025 report concludes that 60% of affected workers lack the technical foundation to transition rapidly into growing roles. Only 10% of workers in emerging economies have access to AI upskilling programs, a staggering gap that threatens to entrench global inequality for generations. The World Economic Forum reports a particularly cruel twist. Many of the new AI jobs, like prompt engineer or AI annotator, are themselves likely to be automated in the near future. The promised ladder to the new economy may have rungs that disappear as workers try to climb. Experts warn of profound social risks beyond unemployment statistics: loss of meaning, rising isolation, the collapse of traditional working identities. What happens to human purpose when purposeful activity becomes optional? When contribution becomes unnecessary? The consensus among surveyed experts trends toward pragmatic pessimism. A muddling through scenario featuring rapid disruption with deeply uneven impacts, partially offset by adaptive policy, social safety nets, and entirely new forms of collaboration between humans and intelligent machines. Not catastrophe, but certainly not utopia. The pace of change continues accelerating. Every sector is embedding AI into core operations. The impact has moved beyond speculation into measurable reality. Layoffs, restructuring, entire occupations under threat. From Nobel laureates like Geoffrey Hinton to leading entrepreneurs and policymakers, experts are calling for urgent attention to both AI's risks and opportunities. As a handful of companies shape this transformation, who benefits and who gets left behind will depend entirely on the decisions society makes right now. The question isn't whether this wave is coming. It's already here. The question is whether we'll build frameworks that distribute the gains broadly or allow the benefits to concentrate while millions face displacement without safety nets or pathways forward. The Industrial Revolution gave us decades to adapt, however imperfectly. We're getting years. The policies we write in 2025, the safety nets we build in 2026, the training programs we fund right now, these aren't abstractions. They're the difference between shared prosperity and a society where millions face displacement without bridges to whatever comes next. What we do in the next 24 months will echo for generations. The transformation is already underway. The only question left is whether we'll meet it with intention or inertia. At Market Media, your opinion matters to us. Share your story in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.